Miss Vio. It's that time of the day when all seems okay. It gets better when I hear you play. I keep begging for more emotions they soar as you take me on that Lexus tour. When I'm going home, it's drive time on joy. Whoa, Lexus take me home. It's drive time on joy. Whoa, Lexus take me home. Whoa, whoa, Lexus take me home.
Hi, this is Nana Window. Listen to Personality Profiles with Lexus Bill. Get inspired, get nourished, and grow to be the best that you want to be. Personality Profile and 99.7 FM. I love it.
Hi, my name is James Ebo-White, or everyone calls me Uncle Ebo-White. You know, what you'll be 5 years from now depends on only two things: the books you read and the people you meet. On Personality Profile, you meet the kind of people you need to meet to make your transition to your greatness. You want a program that would help you, inspire you, motivate you. Why bother to turn to other channels? Just stay here on Personality Profile and you get all the inspiration you need.
The King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You could talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You could be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you go find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name.
Good day and welcome to Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM and of course Joy Prime. I'm Lexus Bill and I look forward to these days when we get to spend time with amazing people in Ghana doing wonderful things who need to be celebrated. And today, believe me, I've got one amazing guest like that here, a national treasure, a man whose legacy actually transcends generations. Yeah. And we get to celebrate him here on Personality Profile today. So sit back, relax, get a drink or something. So you're going to enjoy this journey. We can learn a thing or two from this man who's almost a nonagenarian. Yeah, he's almost there. And he's lived and seen it all. And more importantly, he's impacted so many facets of our society. We get to celebrate him here on Personality Profile. I'm Lexus Bill. So, like I said, this guest of mine is the amazing son of the land who has illuminated the minds and characters of many students in Ghana and beyond. I'm pretty sure thousands of people who are watching us and listening to us as well have been impacted by his teachings, his lessons in classrooms, and probably his works as well. He's dedicated his life to academia and built an art legacy that transcends the strokes of the palette knife. It's an indelible mark etched upon the annals of Ghanaian and African art and culture. He is trained at the Central School of Art and Design, now part of the University of the Arts in London. Studied in Newcastle, in the Kent State University, Ohio State University. And good thing is brought all that knowledge back every time to Ghana. Yeah, he's lectured at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Later, he became the Dean of the College of Art, actually. Now, the College of Art and Built Environment. He taught for 30 years, retiring officially from university teaching in 1995. Then he embarked on a new chapter. Yeah, founding the Artists Alliance Gallery in 1993, serving as director for another 30 years. This brother wouldn't rest. He's been working. Yeah, his work is held in actually many prestigious and private and public collections, which include the Imperial Palace of Japan, the UNESCO headquarters in Paris, the Chicago airport as well. Look, his contribution to the Ghanaian art market and the art world did not go unnoticed as well. He's got a ton of awards and recognitions, both locally and internationally. He was honored with the Millennium Excellence Award and the Order of the Voter in 2010 thereabouts. He's a fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences and a life fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, London. Internationally acclaimed Ghanaian artist and educator and Lifetime Achievement honoree at the 8th EMY Africa Awards, Professor Ablade Glover, my guest today. Prof, good to see you.
Thank you.
And how are you doing today?
Oh, great. I'm doing great.
You look well.
Thank you very much.
I think you need to start off by telling us the fountain of youth and how we can actually look this good at what, 89?
At 89.
At 89.
Heading for 90 years.
Wow.
At 89 now. Born here.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, I was born right in the center of Accra.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You know Salga Market area?
Yeah.
Behind the post office.
That's where you were born?
That's where I was born.
Wow.
And we were being raised there.
Okay.
But my mother realized that we were going to spoil.
They realized you were going to...
Yes. No,
why?
The area is a rough area.
Rough as in what?
No, rough, boys, children growing there in the streets. No, you don't grow to become anybody, anything.
I see.
We were, no, maybe a secret. We were picking people's little pockets.
Wow. Well, was that like a survival
when you race around them, we were, it's fun. We weren't stealing.
Okay.
We were children playing.
Yeah.
And we did all sorts of things. We thought we were playing. But in adult life, this is stealing. That's bad.
Yes. Yes.
And my mother thought, no. These children shouldn't grow here. So she picked us up one day and brought us all to our father, right here and now, and said, hey, you look at boys, these are boys. You've got to raise the boys. I will look after the girls. So that's how we ended up in that.
Oh, okay, okay. No, we'll talk about growing up, but I'm just curious, what has kept you so healthy for almost 90 years?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe somebody up there loves me. I don't know. Really, I eat.
Do you have a
fufu.
specific diet or something?
I eat fufu like you. I'm sure you like fufu.
Oh yeah,
I love my fufu. And I've been playing, everything.
Do you do some exercise as well?
Not really. But I think my work, is more than exercise.
Okay.
You see, I don't sit to paint. I can't sit to paint.
Okay.
You have an easel there, you put it down there, you go back, you go forward, you go back, forward and backwards. So in a day, you might have walked something like 10 miles.
Yes.
Walking.
Yes.
In the studio.
Yes.
I have a small studio here.
Okay.
And when I'm home, I have my big studio at home. But even here, when I come here and I'm less busy, I go to the studio and work. That's all I do, really. That's all I do.
Okay.
So I do a lot of walking in the studio. That's the only exercise I think I do. Otherwise,
do you have things you don't eat and those things?
Oh, I eat anything.
Everything?
Everything. I go to any place, wherever I go, I'll eat the food.
I see. Maybe a bit of...
I love a bit of Chinese food, but up to now, I get girls in the house to, let's go, hey, go and buy me some Chinese.
Yeah.
Yes. But
maybe with some red wine?
No, I drink a lot of beer.
A lot of beer?
Yes, we were spoiled. No, when we were sent to the UK, I was just immediately after independence, 57, 59, they were doing what they call the government, accelerated development plan. That's what they wanted to implement. And the accelerated development plan needed to have lots of teachers. They were going to open up education.
Okay.
And they wanted to train people. So we were the first to enjoy, to get the scholarships and everything.
Yeah.
So that's how I got the scholarship and ended up in London.
Okay.
To study. And when we got there, Ghana was like, had just gained independence. And the momentum was great in London. And we were supposed to live like we are coming from Ghana. You know, even Nigerians were changing their nationality. You know,
to Ghana.
Yes, everybody wanted to be coming from Ghana. You know, so
right.
We were paid well. In fact, we were paid more than we should have been paid. We got more money. everything paid. The government paid everything. And schooling, education, you're going to school, everything, your transport, everything. And you are given £30 a month. Now, you didn't know what to do with the money. £30, English pounds, I mean.
At that time, of course, that was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money, £30. And it's paid into our account. You open an account, and every month they pay. And the vogue, the in thing in London at the time was to learn to smoke.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
We thought it was beautiful. It was beautiful for me. I thought it was beautiful. And then we learned to drink. Yes. You had a lot of money in your pocket. You didn't know what to do. So we went to the what do you call it, the pubs.
Yeah.
And you order crab sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know, and then you order a bottle of, hey, give me a beer, give me a mug of beer.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're really showing off.
You were living.
We're living. So it was good.
So
that's how I learned to drink. Yes, I drink. I still drink. I still drink beer.
Oh, you still drink the beer?
I drink a lot of beer.
What? A lot? With emphasis on a lot. Okay,
no,
I see.
It's getting to my beer time, actually.
Well, we better get over and done with
exactly.
this quickly so you can,
and I get my bottle of beer here, and I get home before I have my lunch or dinner. I have a bottle of beer. And when I'm going to sleep, I have a bottle of beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I have no beer, then I go and touch a whiskey or so one of those things. But beer is my drink. Drink. And I'm not saying you should go and drink. It's a very bad habit. Bad in the sense that it's expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive.
Oh,
Today it's expensive. Today beer has become very expensive. I mean, a bottle of beer is five cedis, isn't it?
I have not checked yet.
6 cedis. Oh, you don't drink, so? No, I drink a lot of beer.
I see.
And that's, I think, the only bad habit I have. I learned to smoke. I tried to learn, but I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I couldn't.
Okay.
I was coughing, and it was disturbing my health.
Okay.
That was in London.
I see.
So I stopped.
Anyway.
But as for the beer, I came to Tech, to teach. And you know, when you are teaching, you are looking at your time.
Because you want to finish.
12 o'clock, you run from the classroom to the senior staff club.
Yeah.
I mean, you live there.
Yeah.
The kebab man is there. It was beautiful.
Anyway, let me say congratulations as well.
Thank
I think
you.
it was just a little over 2 weeks ago that you were honored at the EMY Africa Awards
I'm grateful.
as well.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
How did that feel?
Oh, that you are doing something and people are watching you. You don't see them watching you, but such things wake you up and say, hey, people are looking.
Yeah.
The nation is appreciating. So I'm glad that people appreciate.
Is that one of the points in your life where you feel like, okay, you've really contributed or you're fulfilled?
Oh, no, I'm not finished yet. I'm still painting. No, next year, I'm working now hard. Because next year, I've got to exhibit in London with my gallery in London. I have a gallery in London that promotes my work.
Okay.
And I need to be there to do my 90th exhibition, 90th birthday exhibition.
Wow.
Then I need to open one here also, one in this building.
Yes.
Also to celebrate that same thing in Ghana.
Yeah.
So I need a lot of work.
I see.
And at my age, you can see my feet are swollen.
Wow.
I stand all the time. You stand all the time. From here, I go home, I get to stand there and paint and all that.
So if I had to ask you, at what point, you claim you're not fulfilled yet. There's a lot more to do. But what probably will be the highest point of your life so far?
The highest point of my life.
where you can look back and say, look, this moment,
I'm trying to get there to the highest point. I'm still working. And I'm glad all these organizations and even the nation have recognized what they see as your contribution. The people who gave the scholarships, I appreciate that very much. The AFGRAD, African American Graduate Program, they gave us the scholarships for me to go and do the master's and the PhD. And they recognized, they said it's one of the AFGRAD alumni, you are seen as one of the achieved alumni.
Yeah.
So it's nice, it's beautiful. But the thing is, I'm working, I'm still working.
What are you working for now?
Now?
Yes.
What I'm working for?
Yes.
I've just mentioned that I'm.
What I mean
yes.
is, I mean, at 90 or almost 90,
yes,
you have lived most part of your active life.
I'm still active, you know.
If we're going by retirement age, you are 30 years past retirement.
That's
Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
So one will have a feeling that you have contributed so much to society. You have made a lot of money.
No,
but you claim that you're working.
No,
so I'm wondering, are you working for more money?
No.
Are you working for a certain essence or a certain recognition, a certain impact?
No.
What are you working for, Prof?
Working presently to show where I have reached at the age of 90, by that age-wise, but by work-wise, hey, I've reached there, I've got there. People will look at what I did 20 years ago. Indeed, I did my 75th anniversary there in London and here. And I did my 80th anniversary there and here. People will look at those catalogs and look at what you're doing now and they say, oh, he's going back.
Yeah.
And we get to see some of those, some artists like that. You got to wake him up and say, hey, the work you did last year is better than what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You know? So my achievement, what I want to achieve, perhaps, my work will be recognized more than me. I'm nothing really. It's the work, what you leave behind.
Yeah.
And that work will stand the test of time. I think that is, if they wake me up in my grave, I'll say, oh, okay, thank you very much, let me sleep. But yes, it's the work. And all my life, that's what I've worked for.
Right.
That the work will be recognized.
Yeah.
And in time, it's just beginning to be.
You have enjoyed the best of two distinct worlds.
Yes.
Academia and real industry
Practice.
art practice.
Practice, yes. Practice. You see, I think it formed part of my training. When we were at Tech, and I was very young then, I was about 20 plus. John Biggers, one of the top black artists in the US, we didn't know him then, but the USIS brought him to Tech to teach for 6 months. Do you know something? This man was not really teaching the classroom like most of lecturers we know. They come and give lectures.
Yeah.
This man was working all the time. After classes, he went to the market. He went to KJT Market or Asafo Market, that area. And he would bring us, he would come to show us the drawings he had made that day. And I was amazed. I was amazed because I had never met a teacher actually practicing, showing the work.
Yeah.
My teacher, I didn't see their work there. But this man was showing what he had done and was showing it to us. And I think I caught that kind of bug, that illness. And all my teaching practice, that's what happened when I came to Tech. I was practicing. Indeed, my colleagues called me the exhibitionist.
Yeah.
I got also names. But I love practice. And I painted, and I was teaching textiles, and some of these things I had done that had been printed, that people are wearing in town. I still see today, when I went at UTC for a short student days, I still see some of my design being worn by people around. And it's quite, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you feel good, yes.
Yeah.
So I love practice.
So which one would you say you prefer?
Oh, painting.
I mean, academia teaching or the practices?
The practice.
You prefer the practice?
No, it's boring. That is why I actually veered into practice. When I came out as a teacher, a simple teacher from Akropong, trained certificate teacher, I was brought to Adabraka Middle School. And I have 45 children sitting before you, and you are supposed to be teaching them. And sometimes I was scared. I must say, I didn't like the feeling that 90 eyes will be looking at you at the same time. And they're expecting something great from you, that kind of thing. But I managed, I did it only for 1 year. And then I started to enter tech. I thought I wanted to get out of the classroom and teach what I love doing, so that I do it with the people. And that's why I went to specialize in art teaching, art education. And that's, so for me, it's an escape for the teaching, classroom teaching. And I escaped into my studio.
Which one has been more rewarding?
Oh, definitely the studio. Oh, definitely the studio.
Not academia? After teaching for 30 years?
Oh, listen, no. I will always go for it. Now, if rewarding, use the word rewarding.
Yes.
Rewarding means getting something in your pocket too.
Absolutely.
Whilst you enjoy doing the thing.
Yeah.
It brings you, somebody describe it as eating ice cream and being paid for it.
Right.
I was reading one of these.
Yes. Actually, somebody said if your work is something you love doing, you actually get paid for doing what you love.
Twice, yes. Like you are getting paid.
So you
twice.
never get to work a day in your life, but you're getting paid. Absolutely.
I enjoy working, and the greater reward is that somebody comes, looks at something you've done, and he looks at it, and he's willing to dish out a month's salary or 2 months' salary to exchange for that thing you have done.
Yeah.
You must feel grateful.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. It's such a wonderful, I can't describe it. It's a wonderful feeling that you've done this and you come to hang it.
Yeah.
And somebody comes, will go back forward and backwards and shake his head and come back and he's willing to put his hand in his pocket and dish out what you're asking for it.
Yeah.
I remember again when I was teaching at Tech, I had a painting, one of mine, in my hall, and I love that painting. I still have a picture of that painting. There was a French ambassador then who had done his term of service in Ghana, and he was returning to France, and they brought him to Tech. So they brought him to my house. Everybody knows I practice, so normally visitors, when they bring them, official visitors, they bring them to my bungalow. So this man came to the house. When he entered the house, he looked at the painting, he looked at it. Wow, I love that. And I said, oh, thank you. And most people say that, I think, to make you feel good. He said, I love that. I said, oh, thank you. Then he said, is it for sale? And I said, no. Indeed, I didn't say quite no, but my wife was climbing the stairs.
Yeah.
And my wife said,
she winked at you.
She winked, and I said,
we are not selling that.
No, we are not selling that. Then the man said, oh no, I've been in Ghana for a long time. This one I want to take with me when I return. I want to take something home. And then, how much would you want for it? And I said, oh, I was still hesitating. He said, oh, I'll pay you so much for it. And the sound of money, the sound of money was the sound of music in my ears. So, even though my wife was winking and I still said, no, okay, I'll take it. I'll say accept it.
Wow.
So I took the money. And the man
How much was it?
Oh, I'm sure at the time it should be about maybe 40,000 or something like that.
Wow.
No, but which was a giveaway. Today, it's a giveaway. But I thought it was good.
Yeah.
A university teacher, we don't earn much, you know. So if you earn like, it's about almost about 4 times or 10 times my salary.
About 10 times the salary?
Yeah.
For 1 hour to work?
Yes, for or maybe 2-3 hours work.
Yes.
Yes. So that is one enjoyment.
What's the highest amount you sold an artwork for?
Not much. Presently, I just sell by this thing. We're selling now, the biggest 160, 160,000.
That's 160,000
Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Which about, actually, they sell 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, about 10,000
About
pounds.
10,000, yes, sterling. That's
Okay.
what they said in London. And then they cut it and give me half of it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yes, personally, I'm selling in thousands, not in millions. But I'm quite satisfied.
But you've sold some very, very huge ones as well.
Yes. There are also orders.
Yeah.
People come and they want something special. Therefore, you talk special.
You talk special. Wow, then it's been really rewarding. And,
it is
and I'm
rewarding.
excited to see that. I mean, even in recent times, there are young artists as well who are selling Amako Boafo,
and who?
Ibrahim Mahama.
Elanachi and the rest.
Yes,
they are selling millions.
I was telling you about Teresa and Kuma as well. They're doing
selling
exhibitions
millions.
the world over.
Exactly.
Wow.
The young ones are more braver.
Yeah.
They are more what?
How does it make you feel? Because I mean, earlier when you started, I mean, the premium wasn't on arts this side of town like it is now. And these guys, like you are now exhibited in London. There was some who are exhibited in the US and whatnot. How does it make you feel?
Oh, you are getting there. It makes you feel you are getting there. It's all not wasteful. It's not wasteless. It's useful.
Right.
It's useful. You feel good.
Let's get back to growing up. When your mother shipped you to your father, take off the boys.
Yes.
They're too troublesome.
Yes.
What are some of the lessons you learned with your dad in growing up?
Oh, my dad wasn't too much into children. He had no time for children much. So he headed us into areas where gradually we'll enter boarding school.
Okay.
So I went to boarding La Salem. La Salem. And so I didn't get to stay home much. After Salem, the doors were opening. I finished 1952, 51 December in Salem. And then January 52, we got the first scholarships they were opening up teacher training. And it's free. And plus you are paid. So it was good now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think I would have any other education. Otherwise, because my background was real poor, absolutely poor. But great things happen. It looks as if it's just by grace.
Yes. At the time, was there a certain kind of career profession you as a child wanted to do?
Oh, yeah. Now, the famous men, the famous human beings we know were either engineers or lawyers or architects, people like that. And I wanted to be a doctor. That's what I said I had to, if I had the opportunity. But the chance is not there. It's simply not there. So I chose to go to tech, to go to Akropong teacher training.
Yeah.
Because it's simply free.
Yes.
And my father called me and told me, hey, listen, what are you complaining about? You got free. You are going to get free education.
They're going to
become a teacher. And at the time in Labadi, when they say you are a teacher, you are also
a big man.
You're big. You feel so my father said, hey, there's nothing else we can do. I mean, so I accepted teacher training, and went to teacher training. And after that, another door opened where I could go to further beyond teacher training.
Yeah.
And therefore I started looking at degrees. You know? And then American scholarships were floating.
Yeah.
There were lots of scholarships. In those days, they were not the human beings, but they were the scholarships. Today, there are a lot of human beings all trained, all ready.
Yeah.
The competition is bigger.
Yes.
During our time, the competition is very, very small,
Right.
almost nil.
So one thing is very instructive for me, since you're on the topic of scholarships. I mean, you've had about 3 or more scholarships to study abroad.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Yeah. Yes.
But every time you came back to Ghana.
Well, yes. I'll tell you a secret. I always felt cold. In Britain, I never enjoyed the day. It's too cold, even in summer. It was too cold for me. I think my skin is different. I felt cold. So immediately I finished in London, I went to the embassy, told them I finished my course. I want to go back to Ghana. So they booked my passage. I entered Ghana rather, and then the job I was supposed to come and do, they haven't finished the factory. Tema Textiles. They were then building Tema Textiles.
Yeah.
And they hadn't finished. And therefore started posting me. I went to Winneba, teacher training specialist, to teach a bit. I didn't like Winneba. Winneba was too dull. So I applied to Ghana Information Service. They brought me here to be a studio director.
Okay.
Here, Ghana Information. Then I was feeling. Then at the time too, Ghana was hot. Everybody wanted to overthrow Nkrumah then, and people were throwing bombs all over the place, and I didn't like the idea. So I thought I'll rather go back to Britain.
Okay.
So I mounted I started working towards an exhibition, and I got some good work. I asked my boys in the studio at the Ghana Information, who is the most famous man or woman that can open my exhibition for me? I want somebody who will bring the crowd.
Yeah.
And the boy said, oh, Mrs. Du Bois.
Right.
Mrs. Du Bois,
Yeah.
Shelley Du Bois.
Yeah.
So I went to broadcasting. She was then working at broadcasting. I went to see her, and I requested, but she looked strangely at me as if, hey, you are daring. But then she came to open the exhibition.
Okay.
She said, oh, yes, I'll do it. She came to open the exhibition. But later on, she sent a driver to come and pick me from La and bring me to her bungalow. So I thought it's strange. So I did go. I was not too happy, comfortable with it. When I got there, strangely still, she said, Osajifo wants to see you. Me?
Osajifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah. Osajifo wants to see me. But I said, what for? He said, oh, I mentioned you and he wants to see you. In those days, when Osajifo is standing here and they say he's calling you, run the other person. Because everybody was afraid. The stories about him, they were not good. So, but I couldn't tell the lady. So he said, she was having her tea. She said, when I finish, I'm taking you to Flagstaff House. I said, okay, all right. So we finished. She finished her tea. And we got into a car. We drove to Flagstaff House. And we met Mr. Okon, then the secretary to the cabinet, Mr. Okon. And the lady told him why we're there, and he said, okay, you are expected. So we were given a seat, we were sitting down there. When this very nice man though, very nice person, this gentleman came in, and I recognized him from the papers, you know. Then the lady said, oh, the boy we talked about, this is him, I brought him to meet you. Then he asked me, how are you doing? So I got up quickly and said, I'm doing fine. And then he said, I hear you wanted to go back to Britain. I said, yes, I'm working to go back to Britain. He said, oh, okay, it has all been planned, it has all been worked out. You pick your scholarship papers from the thing. So that's how I got to go back the second time to the UK. It's just because Shelley Du Bois took me personally to see the man.
And you got another scholarship.
My second scholarship, yeah.
So at the time, didn't you think that, and even after that, you still came back to Ghana?
Yes.
Aside the weather, you didn't find maybe the need to explore the opportunities there or what?
No, the opportunities were great. Oh, there were plenty. Indeed, when I finished in the US, my advisor, my PhD advisor, decided I should stay and teach in the US. But look, I told you, I can't stay in the cold.
Okay.
I simply cannot. So I said no. I simply refused.
Okay.
I refused. So
well,
I think the cold.
Well, if that's the only thing, then that's interesting because in recent times, I mean, I don't know whether you've been listening around to hear the mass exodus of people who are leaving the country.
Sure.
Many for better opportunities.
Yes, of course.
And whatnot. What do you think about that?
Oh, I would encourage it. I would encourage it. And I experienced, I had a lot of my friends, those of us who went to Britain, to the UK, either to the UK or the US, particularly the US, from the UST, from the university, that were giving scholarships. Only about 2 or 3 returned. They won't come back. They got jobs. The money, when they mention the money, yes, it's very lucrative. It's good. But for me, I said, look, I know that my skin will have it. I can't. So I would encourage it. The opportunities were great then. Maybe today, the opportunities are not that great today. I don't know. I've not tried. My journey had been quite a smooth one. People have helped greatly. People have contributed greatly, amazingly. That without experience, like this lady took me to Nkrumah. I wasn't good. I didn't ever thought I would stand before Nkrumah to say hello.
Yeah.
So, yes, when opportunities came, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
And used the opportunity.
And you came back to teach at Cairn University, College of Arts. You rose to become the dean as well.
Yes, well, I rose to be dean, yes. I rose to be dean. And after retirement, after 60, they wanted to give me a contract. I said, no. But my wife is I listened to her. She said, this time I listened.
Why did she insist on you not taking it?
No, I was being tempted with what do you call it? Contract.
Okay.
That you stay even though you are you are retired. You can take contracts. You can stay. Yeah. And most of my colleagues today, most of the people retire and they stay. You stay until you can't walk anymore. No. My wife said, no, let's go home.
Yeah.
And she made a good sacrifice in my life too. Because we could have continued there. We could have been comfortable, maybe not rich. We could have been comfortable. But she offered to resign her. She was then working at Conversational as a lab technician. Okay. So she was doing well. But she offered to resign. She said, look, let's go home. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
So, and we thought that since I was going to continue practice, Ghana had no art gallery. So we may have to build one.
Right.
So we called all the artists to a meeting in Kumasi at the time, all the artists practicing. We called them, they came. And the idea was that, why don't we all the artists build a gallery so that we sell our work there, simple. And everybody said, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, but then we're all going to buy shares. He said, yeah, that's nice. So they said, oh, since you brought the idea, why don't you get the land?
Yeah.
Do register everything, get the land, and then we'll come with money. After that was great. When I got the land and I was calling, hey, let's go. Nobody's coming.
Hey?
Yes.
They all vanished.
Nobody was coming. Nobody was coming. Everybody thought it was a risk.
Yeah.
Let's face it's a risk. So we decided, me and my wife decided, look, we had then registered a company as Artist Alliance Gallery. That's why we picked that name. Yeah. There was no reason.
Yeah.
There was no other reason. So we went ahead. In fact, we got a lady, what's her name? Booz, her name, last name is Booz, who wanted to help. She wanted to join the company and this thing. But when she saw the artists going back, she also withdrew. So me and my wife said, okay, let's go ahead. So we went ahead and built the first gallery at Nungwa.
Okay.
We built a smaller gallery. But then the problems came up. We saw the danger. Now, the danger was simply that Nungwa was too far away. It still is. And it's rough driving to Nungwa for a tourist, any visitor to Ghana. Going to Teshi Nungwa is not right. So people we're not getting the visitors that we needed to. In fact, sometimes we'll be sleeping in the night when government people will call us and say, we have got a visitor, we are bringing him or her at this and that, when we're closed, and we'll have to get up in the night to serve and so on. So we realized it can't work there. That's why I came to my people here. I saw the elders in town. I met the chief. So the chief happened to be then the chief was my uncle. I came to him and told him, look, I want to move my job here. if they will give me a land, any portion of here. They said, oh, okay, let's go and see. So we came here. I said, well, you can take from there to there. I was happy.
Wow.
I was very happy. So I took from there to there, that's all.
Yeah.
And it's when we registered the thing at the Accra City Council.
Yeah.
We're building here, and they registered the building, they registered everything. And then we were told that to build in front of the sea, at the seafront,
Yeah.
you've got to do a sea defense.
Yeah.
That was bad.
That was a whole
That was
different
bad.
project.
So we went in that time, we couldn't go back.
Yeah.
There's no way turning back. So we went ahead. But all the money we had then went into sea defense. Yeah, we had to do a sea defense, and we
Yeah.
did a sea defense. And we did a good sea defense. We had to hire a contractor,
Yeah.
bring in the stones and everything.
Yeah.
That we did the sea defense.
Wow.
By the time we finished the sea defense, the money was finished almost.
And now you have just land and sea
We
defense.
had land and sea defense. That's right. But great things do happen.
Yeah.
Great things do happen.
Yeah.
The time the Export Development and Investment Fund was being set up, had been set up. Somebody told us, so we need to borrow money, and we did. Went to Export Development Fund, and
that's how come you were able to.
They loaned us a large sum of money. NDK. Now, I hear NDK sold up.
Oh, NDK Financial Services.
Yes, the financial. They helped us a lot.
Wow.
They loaned us a lot of some money. And that's how we were able to finish this building.
Okay.
Then-
But before we even get into art itself, I was since we're on the education bit, I mean, for many years, the arts have been, maybe, I don't want to say relegated, but the premium on arts have not been as it should be.
Yes.
The sciences are given higher requirements, but the
Yes.
arts are
Yes,
like, okay, well,
exactly.
everybody can do arts.
But it's understandable at the time, because there was nobody standing up in Ghana to say that this man made it through art.
Okay.
You couldn't see it. We knew it. There were only a few. Kofi Antuman, for example.
Yes, Antoba.
Kofi Antuman. Kofi Antuman was then a teacher at Achimota. You know, but if you mention any other area, medicine, engineering, wherever, you have, my most favorite one man, I like some because maybe he made it it was J.B. Dankwa. You know, people like that. You know, people have made, in society, when you look up, you see people. You don't see artists, you know.
Yeah.
When you see artists, maybe those who sing in the, who sing and dance and all that.
But the visual artists were not much.
No, practicing artists
Yeah.
weren't there at
Yeah.
all. Practicing artists weren't there. So maybe that's why parents encourage their children, and they still do.
They still do.
They discourage their children from doing art. And that, I've seen some children.
And it still doesn't look like there are even more opportunities, because people study arts at the tertiary level, they are done, and then now they are working in banks.
Exactly. You go to work because you don't get a job related to what you're studying. So wherever you get a job.
So what's the problem? How do we bridge that gap? Is it more entrepreneurial? Is there a government
the gap
policy or something as well?
The nation itself must invest, because that is where that's where the money is. The nation must invest. You train people. If you train engineers or builders, architects, and so on, people are building.
Yeah.
So they will get a job to do, and the nation will prosper. But if you build artists, and then they come out, and when they work, they go to stand in the street to sell it. No, nobody wants to do that. So that's what happened. And parents want to see their children lawyers. Mention Dr. Dankwa, Dr. Solomon, Dr. Dace, that kind of thing. Everybody wants to see his children go out.
Yeah.
So indeed, when you are doing art, you are discouraged.
So what are the practical solutions? What do you think we can do to help better the cause of these many visual artists who are in school now at the College of Arts.
That is why that is what we are trying to do, and we must encourage the government to invest in it. Invest, build galleries.
Okay.
Build galleries. When the artist works, his work must be shown somewhere.
Yeah.
Where others will see it.
Yeah.
But if the boy is working at home and he is wherever he's working, and the work is not seen, it's useless, isn't it? He cannot sell the work. Or if he's lucky, somebody will come and say, "Oh, I'll give you four CDs for this, and that's it. 4,000 CDs for this, and that's it."
Yeah.
But if we open the door for the artist,
Yeah.
he's exposed. Immediately he gets the exposure. You leave him alone, and you get
there. Luckily, there are some young ones now who are doing amazing on the art scene and also helping to broaden the scope.
We are present. We are showing works of artists who never trained anywhere.
Wow!
But they are doing great.
Yes.
Art, after all, is what do you call it? Encouragement and inward thing. It's something within, inside.
Yeah.
That must come out. And all you need to do is to encourage the person to get...
I've seen the Ada Arts Gallery open as well. I think that's at the Villaggio area. The Ibrahim Mahama opened the Red Clay Studio as well. They
are opening.
Yeah, the Savannah Center for Contemporary Arts.
Exactly.
As well. I mean, there are a few people who are also opening up.
People are seeing the light.
Yes.
So it's good.
So it's going to get better.
Oh, much better.
And it's even more lucrative now. I mean, if you're selling a piece for 160,000 Ghana cedis.
Well, that's no money. That's peanuts.
That's peanuts.
In the art world, that's peanuts.
Well, that's true.
In the art world, that's peanuts.
Yeah, because
this is why I want the nation to be part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because now, if I sell a work for 10,000 pounds, I get 5,000 pounds, and they give me 5,000 pounds a month. I mean, one work here in Ghana. Hey, my friend, I can live quite. I can buy a car. I can, you know, if you work for a month, you can buy more than maybe you can buy a plane. So yes.
Has it made you rich?
Oh, it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. I'm comfortable, and I'm glad I'm comfortable because.
I mean, to own this huge facility just on the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, and it all comes from the work.
Yeah.
Nothing came from...
I can feel the breeze from the ocean right now.
All the monies we borrowed from the bank, we were able to pay.
Yeah.
We were able to pay all our debts. And today, we are not owing anybody. And
you look like a lover of good things. What do you spend your money on?
Beer. I love beer. I live very simple. I was living a simple life. We came to Accra. We bought a property at Wesley Gone.
Okay.
We built our house there. We live there quietly with the children. When you want something to eat, you order it, and, you know. Yeah. So you don't have a real need.
Yeah.
Your mind is all focused on the work.
Wow.
And it's when there are a lot of need and a lot of problems. Like now, I go home, they made me something, Shionukba, I don't know, family head. So all the problems of the family is yours. So you go home and you can't even think art.
Yeah.
You can't think properly.
I see. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you?
Lesson
life has taught you.
Oh, don't be in a rush. Just enjoy what you're doing. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, please, then be careful. Then. But hey, live like a human being.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you're doing. You don't aspire beyond this thing.
Yeah.
People, particularly young today, I think they want too much. You aspire beyond, like beyond the grasp. You know, when you think, I should get there. It's accessible. You can get to it, but today the aspirations is too big. But I don't blame them in that sense too. I don't blame them a lot. There's too much wealth thrown around you whilst you are in need. And you wonder, the best way is to do something impossible to do to get the money. Only recently I got a paper years ago. I was in the studio actually. This paper was lying about a newspaper. I think it was a graphic or something, but a very, very old, some time ago. And then opened the newspaper. I read in that old newspaper that the boys confessed they buried the child alive. The teenagers, yes, the word is, the teenagers, the two teenagers had confessed that they buried the boy alive. Yeah. Now they were they went to juju man, they want to juju money.
Yeah.
They want money.
Yeah.
So some boy in the neighborhood, they caught him and buried him alive according to juju man's instructions.
Yeah.
Now, that is unthinkable.
Yeah.
But it happened because those boys, maybe they were hungry and so much money about. They see you are sitting in some big, huge car, and they wonder,
How do they get
how
that too?
how do I get there?
Wow.
And they can't go to school now.
Yeah.
So they go. The human will tell them. So then the aspirations are too much, too high, and I think it's we cause it because we show too much wealth. We throw too much wealth about.
Okay.
That people really need.
Yeah. Okay. What's your biggest regret?
Regret. No, you ask some questions that are regret. No, that's secret. I regret is that I started moving about too fast, and I married too early.
You married too early.
It was a big flop. When I was really climbing, I should have taken care of myself and less about girls.
Okay.
But I started, got a girl in the family way. I hope you understand that.
I understand.
That's right.
At what age?
Oh, that was about 22 or 23.
Okay.
I was at Tech actually.
Okay.
It wasn't good. I was saved from that because my mother supported me very much. My mother took care of the mother and the girl and the child.
Yeah.
Whilst I was still going to school.
Okay.
Now, that's luck.
Yeah.
You won't have your parents look after your having children.
Yeah.
But that's how I continued my education.
Okay.
I wasn't disturbed by that.
Yeah.
So I think I started too early, and I regret that very much. But I was able to, having finished.
Did you get married to her?
Yes, that's the problem. When we both, that's why I regret. That's the problem, because we have both different aspirations, absolutely different. We look at life differently. We differ. We do not match at all. No, it broke up.
Okay.
But the children are still with me.
Okay.
Yes, we. Looking back, I know that was a bad start.
Were you promiscuous?
Oh, no. When I was a boy, no. I wasn't promiscuous. No, I wasn't.
When you were a boy, you were not?
No, even today. I don't go out too much. I don't do, no. No. I was a dreamer, hoping to reach some place so that I'll be somebody.
Okay.
And that's what I worked for. And girls came my way.
Okay.
Girls came my way. And unfortunately so. But I should have known that girls are girls and boys are boys. But
what do you mean?
They are different individuals. Different. I think girls are different individuals, and the aspirations are quite different. And boys have different. When you're grown up, you look at things more rationally, properly. I was a boy. I was a child myself, and I judge things on sight like this. Later, I realized that for human beings, you got to study. You got to be together, study each other, and that's another part of my life that I regret very much. I'm married too early.
Okay.
And that disturbed the nice journey.
Yeah.
But when I settled that, the journey continued.
If you had any advice for young people who look up to people like you, what would it be?
Who looked at me?
Who look up to people like you? If you had any general life advice?
People must work honestly and focus. Focus. And this bit I'm doing was a distraction from the focus.
Okay.
So I think people must focus.
Focus. That's a good one. I'm grateful that you got to spend time with us.
I thank you.
I've enjoyed spending time
with you. You reminded me a bit of some of the things that were past. But
I can tell you were a little bit emotional about those big regrets.
Those days, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that where doors closed, new ones opened.
Yeah.
And I think maybe somebody was there who was helping.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And I've enjoyed life.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my 90th, and I hope to throw a big party.
Absolutely. We'll be ready to party with you. God bless you, Prof.
I'll get a goat in. Enjoy myself.
God bless you.
Thank you
so
very
much, Prof.
Thank you.
Prof. Abladi Glover here on Personality Profile on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm Lexus Bill. This has been Personality Profile here on your superstation Joy 99.7 FM, and of course Joy Prime and Joy News. And we've been speaking to internationally acclaimed educator and artist, of course, the one and only Prof. Abladi Glover, who was the Lifetime Achievement Honoree at the 8th EMY Africa Awards. On behalf of the crew, we say thank you for spending time with us, and we'll be back next week for another great conversation.